Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today is...
Kyle McIntyre.
All right, let's just jump into the episode. Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking, what's grooving?
I got some stuff for my birthday.
Oh, yeah, so it's like a little belated.
Yeah, so I've talked about it a little bit, posted in the group, but I got a Honton Klon-style pedal. It's kind of cool, actually. I really like it. I've messed around with it on the 8015. You get really not gravelly, but it's a really warm distortion, which is really cool. It's like a full sounding distortion.
But it's like an overdrive. It's not a distortion.
Sorry. To me, they're the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
because I just pick
potato, right?
Okay, just insert this word. It's a really warm dirt pedal.
There you go.
There you go. Sorry.
Shout out who.
Johnny Ray,
friend of the show.
Yeah, he got that. He was really hoping that I was into Star Wars, and You're into Star Wars, right?
You're a Star Wars guy. You like Star Wars, yeah.
But he asked me, "You're into Star Wars, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like Star Wars." Great, because I already bought this pedal.
Nice.
Throw it on the way.
It was Idiot Box Effects.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So it's just like
the graphics really cool on it, and it's just like a really simple, basic pedal.
Yeah,
kick it on. It's got your treble, it's got your output and your drive.
That's it. Yeah,
yeah. It's fucking really, really basic.
I guess the only other like Klon style pedal we've really tried is the Tumnus, right?
Tumnus.
So how do those really?
I'd have to put them next to each other, but I think that the treble on the Tumnus can get a little more squirrely, like a little more like ear piercing.
Yeah.
But this is like, I think you have a smaller range to work with, but it's all good. I mean, I haven't needed. Oh, I'm playing a telly, and I want to get more with a bridge pickup only, and I want to get more treble. I
guess I guess I found it also can get heavier on the bass too.
I try it with bass for like maybe 5 seconds.
Not bass guitar. I'm saying on the bass frequencies.
Oh.
On the tone knob, it'll get like woofy, like heavy. It'll get like bassier more than the Tumnus, I'd say.
Okay.
I'd say the Tumnus is like mids to highs kind of only, and I kind of think that's a Klon thing. But this one I think it has a wider sweep. It'll go lower than I think as far as EQ wise, and then I tried it on a 80-30 and a half stack, so like through a Marshall 412.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because it was through a 412, it'll get like bassier because the more speakers, bigger, more air. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So it's definitely a pretty cool pedal. I dig it. So I think maybe a clone shootout would be kind of cool with that.
Yeah.
What else did you get?
I also got the Afterneath, which is the Earthquaker devices. Yeah, it's really cool.
It's actually first Earthquaker devices.
Yeah. It makes me want to get a little more now. But sometimes they're kind of like, you don't really know what that pedal, like if you read the description, or if you read the title of the pedal, you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You're like, what does arrows do?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, but you figured out. But I've been looking into pedals and Earthquakers, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Pass.
Yeah.
But Afterneath, which is kind of like, you got it for me because I like.
It was a joint gift.
Yeah, from my wife and Brian.
Your wife.
My wife. Yeah. You guys picked a good good pedal. I've played with that. It's so cool. You can just there's 6 knobs on it. Yeah. And I'm to the point where I'm like, I turn something, I'm like, I don't know what that does, but I like it. And then like I turn another knob, I'm like, I lost that. I just have to adjust. So I'm still working through it. So they all
kind of work together or like against each other or with or whatever.
And it's cool that there's a little pamphlet on the inside. You open up, it tells like a little story of what each, it's like, you're a wizard in a dark cave. It's like, you have 6 spells to work with.
Yeah.
If you
okay.
if your wand goes clockwise and
cool.
you use the dampen, it's like it makes the walls of the cave softer.
It's it's a reverb, but you were saying it also has
it has like a weird
too?
Like delay. Yeah. It has like a stutter delay. So like it was I forget which knob it is, but it messes with dang, I can't remember the name of it because it will allude to what it does, but it basically puts the delay or like the reverb trail, if you think about it, it puts it closer or farther apart. So I think all the way to the left. So you go all the way to 1.
Yeah.
And it'll go like you hit your strings, bang, bang, da-da-da-da. It'll do like a stutter. But if you stretch it out, so if you go all the way to the right, it'll like bang, you hit the strings and sha 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 sha, or you go like you can like shorten the however like the actual repeats.
Yeah.
There you go. Which is pretty interesting.
So this is like your like first real thing into your step into reverbs has really just been the Boss RV.
Just the
FRV1. FRV1. So it's a spring reverb, like, and this is like a whole different beast, right?
Yeah. I have on the board right now, I have both the FRV1 and the Afterneath, and they're so different.
Yeah, so it's like completely different.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I'll just try them out and see the difference. It's like you can't, like, they're in different like games.
Yeah, so so I know you've been wanting like reverb kind of crazy stuff.
I like the kind of ambient.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, like Big Sky. Sorry, no, that's gonna be a no.
You had to get 3 more friends to contribute.
And I was like, okay, well, I was thinking of Matthews, but maybe try Earthquaker. I don't think either one of us have tried an Earthquaker pedal. Like we've tried them at like, NAMM or whatever. And then like, I like the idea of Earthquaker. I'm like, oh, this could be cool. And then I think I saw like Blake Tone Mob do like a little demo or some like video on his Instagram. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. I'm like, that's a weird, crazy pedal. That's kind of what Kyle wants right now. Is like weird atmosphere.
It makes like that, like, they talk about the room reverb. Like, it makes the room huge. It makes it feel like you're in like a stadium.
Yeah, so that's really cool. I'm glad you dig it. So that's a pretty good birthday haul.
Yeah, and then I guess what else is new for me is the Telecaster. So I had messed around with it a couple weeks ago, and I was really disappointed.
This is like the infamous Telecaster. Yeah, we've talked about it.
We've talked about it.
Out of commish for a little while.
Yeah. I'm like, wired up like an Esquire, which was cool, but the hardware, like the actual components, like the switch, the tone knob, something was messed up where it just would not stop buzzing.
It was just noisy.
Oh man, it was like I hated playing.
Yeah.
And I didn't have, it's like, I think you loaned out the Jazzmaster, so that's all I had. So I had to fix it.
Yeah.
And it sounds way better now. All I did was I got rid of the neck pickup. I just wired it so that only the volume knob works, and it's like quiet.
So
I shielded the inside. I changed all the hardware to black.
Yeah. So
it's black and cream now.
And it's a humbucker in there, so it's the JB or is it the 59?
I thought it was a little 59.
I think you're right. I think it's a little 59.
Yeah.
Like little humbucker.
JB, whatever. Either way.
Either one. Humbucker. It's a little humbucker. It's like the little stacked humbucker thing in there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I think when I first started jumping back into guitar recently, I was playing the Jazzmaster, and this is just like a completely different guitar.
Yeah.
Like the feel, obviously, but the sound, and like I can really slam hard on this guitar. I feel like the Jazzmaster, you gotta be a little more gentle.
Yeah.
Because it's got that floating bridge or whatever they call it. The
Jazzmaster bridge.
Yeah, I'm like, be careful with the Jazzmaster, but this thing, it's like...
Also because the Jazzmaster is like 4 times the money, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting to, and it's also yours.
Yeah, but no, that's cool. I was jamming on the Tele too. It just like, it feels like super light, and it just feels like, oh yeah, it's like definitely it could be easily a stage guitar. Like, it just feels good. And
there's a couple more things I want to do to it.
Probably a different paint job, or are you still thinking about it?
I think the paint job is fine.
You like
how it is?
Like the cream and black.
It's funny, if you pull the pick guard, you can see where like the UV has gone through the first layer of paint, and you can see the second layer of paint. So right now it looks like it's cream, but you pull the pick guard off and it's like pink. It's actually really? Like pink, and then under the pick guard's like the original cream, or not the original cream, but someone has painted over red.
Yeah, it was red originally.
It was like a sparkly, like a wine. Yeah, like that kind of Chardonnay kind of color.
Mm-hmm. And then it's been painted
and so
over.
Right now it doesn't look like it, but you pull the pick guard, you're like, whoa,
that's like pink.
Hell. So yeah, I guess that's my what's new. Brian, what's new with you?
So I finally did it. I sold my Rock Reverb 2x12 combo.
Whoa!
Did it at a bit of a loss though.
Oh man!
But I got comfortably what I would want cash for it, and I was like, okay. I did lose like $200 on it, but I've played it for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like a renter's fee. You can think about it. I gigged it. I played it, recorded with it. It was
bled on it.
No, that one I kept pretty good. Never dropped that one. So it was actually pretty good condition, but it just.
So what didn't you like about that amp? Because I know that.
Okay, so I think I've told you this before, and ad nauseum, you're just like, oh, don't care. But now it's podcast time, so we'll talk about it. So I have a lot of gear.
What?
I said, whoop. And so I did buy, I've mentioned it before, that 80/30 half stack orange. Yeah. And I'm an orange guy. I have an 80/30 combo, so 2x12. 80/15 1x12 combo. I had a Rock Reverb 2x12 combo. 50 watt. I have also a 1x12 Rock Reverb combo. So kind of the same thing, but instead of 2x12, it's 1x12.
Yeah.
And then I bought the 80/30 head and cab.
Yeah.
And then I also have a JCM 900 50 watt. So that's all my...
those are just your guitar amps.
So, okay. And I just kept finding deals and I was like, okay, they don't make these anymore. They don't make these. These are like Mark II. They have Mark IIIs now. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I got to a point where I was like, dude, I have like combos. I have so many combos. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And then I thought about it. I'm like, okay. I have like different amps for different situations. And so like we had mentioned before, it's like small amps can really pack a punch for a gig, especially if you're mic'd.
Yeah.
And if you're unmic'd, okay,
something a little bit bigger. And so we've played shows where it's like a 2x12, 50 watt, it's going to be fine for the gig or whatever. But you could just get, might as well just like send it on home with a 4x12. Well. Yeah. So now... And I talked about it with a couple buddies. I talked about it with Troy from Ready, Set, Survive. And I talked to him. He's like, it's a good idea. I told him, like, we're either going to have the tiny amps, the 1x12s, or we're going to go the fucking half stack. Yeah.
Like, there's no middle ground. We're not going to do the 2x12s anymore. Like, so it's either going to be small gigs where you're going to be mic'd, or we're going to do the big ones where you're just going to fucking rock the house with a half stack. I'm getting back into the half stack game. And I was like, let's do it.
So all right, everybody, I'm back.
Don't call it a comeback. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I sold the 2x12 Rock Reverb because I have the 1x12. And it's like, really, there's not really a need to have those two amps. Right now, currently, I'm keeping the 80/30 combo just because like they don't make the one channel anymore. And I could use that in addition to the 1x12 Rock Reverb, yada, yada. I have a problem here. Admittedly. So eventually I want to sell the JCM 900 and get a Rock Reverb 50 head so that I can wire the cab to be stereo, and I can do the 4x12 cab with the 80/30 and the Rock Reverb 50 going into, two 2x12s on each side and just stack the heads if I really wanted like a big amp for a show.
Yeah.
And I wanted to run two combos. Oh, and also I don't think I've mentioned, I like to run two amps. It's really cool. One of them dry, and the other one a 4-cable method wet with all my effects and channel switching. And
I mean, who doesn't like to run two cabs?
Well, you run the two, and like I said, one dry and one with effects, with all through the 4-cable method, through the effects loop and returns and all the channel switching and all that crazy stuff. That's what I like to do.
Okay,
so yeah,
calm down.
Anyway, so like people like, yeah, I have a problem here, but. Anyway, so I sold that. I got some money, lost a little bit, but one thing I wanted to mention is like, it's totally a buyer's market now.
Yeah.
For amps, for cabs, and for guitars.
Do you think that has a lot to do with axe effects and those types?
No, I don't know. I have no idea why it is. But I'm like, pedals, you could probably get your money back. Like, pedals are a good thing to get into because
it's
like,
lose like $10.
Yeah, and it's like maybe also because it's not that much of an investment, because like, okay, an expensive pedal is like $180, $250. That's $250 is a lot, but like an amp, for some people it's like, oh, $1,200. I'm like, ooh, $1,200 is a lot. You might not see the value in having like a UK made 50 watts high gain amplifier with clean reverbs, yada yada, 2 selections, whatever. And then it's like I think about like even like the half stack that I bought for $1,000.
Yeah.
That's just like, I'm like, oh, I scored on that, but somebody missed out on that. And I'm like, with me, my amp, okay, I lost $200, but whatever. Somebody scored on that. And I'm like, so maybe that's a call out to everybody. If you're looking for an amp, I really feel like on our Craigslist and on like, I've seen it on Guitar Center, seen it on like Reverb. Some like I didn't buy it because I didn't have the money because I was sitting on my combo to sell. But I saw a Rock River 50 head for $800.
Yeah.
Those things go for 13 to 15 used.
Yeah. And so it's like, I've even found things too. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say what they are. Okay, because I don't want you snatching them up.
Yeah.
Everyone in the airwaves there.
And anybody in San Diego, we've been seeing some good deals. And it's like, just look on your Craigslist. If you're looking for amps, this is the time to buy. If you have some extra scratch, buy them now and then like sell whatever you want to sell. Like I swear, I'm like online on Reverb and Guitar Center, even on Craigslist. I'm like, I'm finding deals for days. I don't know what it is. I don't know enough of the market or
amps
like
that have been like $600 have been $300 and they're maybe like 4 years old.
Yeah. And things like that.
Maybe.
I'm like, oh man. So it's just like looking for deals. I'm like kind of like a deal hound now, but I'm like, I have no need for anything right now until I'm gonna put up my JCM 900, or maybe I should wait. I don't know, but I see if I get any bites on that because
you need to just get a
storage unit and just keep buying more shit.
See if Johnny's got any room. You can just store stuff there. Ray. No, you should get a dual rectifier.
Maybe
from like the late 90s.
Maybe I'm like, Orange is my sound now.
Yeah,
I don't think they made them. They made them in the early 90s.
Early 90s?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, don't listen to me.
Somebody's gonna call in. It's gonna be like
Co. It's gonna be Steve. Steve's gonna be Aaron.
Look,
they're all gonna just correct me. Okay,
you guys are dumb. God. And then the other thing I have is I got a show. I'm playing bass soon for Brian Rash. So our drummer. His band, Just In Case, they're kind of like...
he didn't even ask me.
Yeah, they're a punk rock band. I've played with them before, and, it's the day of the comebacks. Like, don't call it a comeback. It's been about a year and a half since we played a show. Like, a singer moved away. He's cross country. He's back. And we're gonna,
baby.
Yeah, he's back. And so we're going to play a show, and so I got a few weeks to relearn how to how to play all these songs. So... I'm going to get my bass rig together. Maybe I can...
Yeah, what's that look like, Brian? What's your bass rig?
I have an American Fender jazz bass. Mm-hmm. So I have it with a quarter-pound Seymour Duncan jazz bass pickups. Okay. I have them wired to be just a single volume, so I don't blend them. I just they're all on or all off.
That's like legit. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm not going to be like, let me twist the tone on this one and have the volume up. I'm like, no, fucking, are you kidding me?
Can you split the difference on those?
Yeah, no, I just all... So it's just one volume, and the other ones are just dummies.
Yeah,
the dummy pots are there, and then I have a bone nut that I had replaced, and it's like cut to my size strings, and then I have the Badass 3 string through bridge. So it's kind of like my version of your bass, but just a little different. A jazz bass, and then also
way lamer because it's a sunburst,
and it's a sunburst with the torque guard.
Oh god,
that's my jam. God,
I'll play it. And I'll play the shit out of it.
And I'm just gonna bitch about it.
Yeah, I like playing it. It's just not my.
I mean, it's a good sound and a good recording, but so that's gonna be my bass to play, and then I'm probably gonna run through maybe your board, just do the TU2, the Serpens and the Sans amp, and then my bass amp.
You can pay me later for the rental on that.
Yeah, my bass amp is going to be my 100-watt Ampeg all tube. VB4H or V4BH.
You don't have to say H.
Well, that's
H just is the head.
It's on the.
Where's the combo?
It's on the head.
V4B
head. Yeah. So and then I have a 610 SVT classic cab.
Yeah.
So that's
modified, by the way.
It's got the wheels on it.
It's got the longboard wheels on it. You go down a ramp and you're like, whoa!
Yeah.
You're bombing a hill.
So I'm excited to bust that rig out. I haven't played that rig in a year. So. Oof. I warmed up the tubes the other day. Sounds bitchin'.
Do you want to bring? No. Well, you want to bring it to the studio?
No, I don't need to. Well, I guess I could.
Are you going to practice there?
Yeah, and so I was going to use the classic there.
All right.
Your funeral.
Fine. No, I haven't really played that thing actually loud. I don't think I just play it in your house.
Yeah, I mean it'd be cool. So I can bring it there. But yeah, so I'm excited to bust out my bass rig and get my bass playing skills going. So, yeah, that's kind of it for me. But collectively, we have what's new.
This is a big what's new.
Yeah, we're pretty stoked on it.
Got a lot of new shit.
All right, so from Like My Pedals.
Yeah.
We got a package today. From, let's see, we grabbing that?
Yeah, this is the Wells. This is the analog delay.
Yeah, so Joseph from Like My Pedals, he sent us the Wells analog delay pedal, and it's really cool because it has a tap tempo, and it has settings to be able to do quarter notes, dotted eighths, and 16th notes.
Some secret settings. I hear.
It's pretty crazy, and it self oscillates, and it sounds great. It can get out of control, like when you want it, and it's like super versatile. I love analog delays.
Yeah,
analog delays are great. And one thing about analog delays that kind of the two that I have that suck, no tap tempo.
Yeah,
it's like every once in a while you're like, oh yeah, even if you're just jamming on your own, no tap tempo, and like. What, the Carbon Copy Deluxe came out, and it's a buku bucks.
Yeah, it's like is that $230?
Something like that. It's crazy money. And one thing I was saying about this one, I mean, it sounds great, and it has like more lush and fuller. Those are, I know, buzzwords. Fuller like repeats and sounds than my little analog Ibanez delay that I have.
Yeah.
So really
that little red mini.
Yeah, so the two that I have as far as analog, because you're like, you only know like basic bro analog delay pedals. Well, yeah, but I like the Carbon Copy and I like the Ibanez. That's it. And then I have a Fractal. Sue me. Don't.
Don't sue me.
I like this one. It's really cool. And I'm like, it ticks the right boxes, and maybe there's only like 2 boxes that I need.
Yeah.
Or 3. Analog. It needs to be analog.
It needs to have a tap, right?
Yeah. And it needs to
self-oscillate.
Yeah.
On stage.
And I guess self-oscillate goes with analog. So I guess my 3rd box would be sound good. So it fits all of my...
4th looks sick.
Yeah. So I'm really stoked on that. And then the other one that we have here, let me grab it. So we have, he sent us the Special K. So it is clone. So, nice. But it's a 2-button clone. So you're like, what the hell does the other one do? It is a fat boost switch.
Nice.
So you kick that on and get a little more bass going for it. And then it has, your gain, treble, volume, but it also has 3 clipping options. So it's like kind of like your normal clone one, and then it does like a more of an 808 style at the bottom.
Nice.
And then it does more of a compressed, like a little more compressed one at the top. So it's like 3 clipping modes. I'm like, I was having a ball playing that shit. I was trying it like, okay, let me run it into like a cleaner amp, or let me run it into like my thing is like get the amp pushed and then like, put that in front of it. And I was able to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna push my amp a little bit more and use this as like a boost to do like the fucking chugga shit. It sounds great. I'm like super, and it's like cool artwork. Like it's a hell of a design of a pedal. So I'm super stoked that he sent us both of these to check out. I'm really...
Yeah, it's really cool. They're all, handmade. The art's done. He does it all himself. What's really cool I'm noticing on the Special K is he's actually put the artwork on, and then he's done a clear coat over it. So it makes it look like it's all one cohesive piece, which is really cool. Really like that.
Yeah. Well, no, it sounds bitchin', and then you're like, when you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, you kind of think, I'm like, okay, 3 knobs. Well, it's going to be a clone, right? Okay, well, what does that do? Oh, he's got clipping options on there, and he's got the fat boost switch. It makes a really versatile pedal. And then, like we were saying before, we have the Honton, and we have the Tumnus. So those are only 2 clones that we've tried, but except for this one, which I wanted to mention now. They're all pretty fucking good. And maybe we're late to the clone game. Who cares? Fuck it. We're digging what we have, so maybe we should, maybe do a video. Not like necessarily like a versus, but just like a, let's test them all out. Let's test some clone stuff. And maybe we're, late to the game, but fuck it. These are great pedals, so I'm super stoked on it. Maybe I'm like finding out, I'm a clone guy. I like the clone. I'm a clone guy.
Yeah, you don't want the original.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can kiss my ass with that shit. But, I think these are really cool. So, big ups to Joseph at Like My Pedals. Definitely check him out. So it's like, if you haven't seen what he does a lot of different types of circuits. He makes tons of fucking pedals and a lot of custom work too. So, mentioning custom work. Maybe we'll, save that for another day. We got
something in the works.
Yeah, each of us have something in the works. So we'll mention that, and then we'll take a picture of these pedals and put them on the Instagram and put them in the Imgur show notes. Like, they're bitchin' looking. Not only do they look great, they sound pretty fucking cool. And like super usable pedals. I'm pretty stoked on them. Let's get into some topics, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you want to do this first one? It's maybe a new segment. We're going to see how this goes. Do you want to introduce it?
Yeah.
What is it called, Kyle?
This is the Kyle Files.
The Kyle Files. I like it. So they like kind of some short topics.
Short topics.
Kind of I like to think of like they're like shower thoughts. Kyle shower thoughts.
Think of me. I got my shower beer. All right, and these are just what the thoughts running through my head.
Some they maybe like what maybe grind your gears a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's hit into
kind of started with like I just sent something to Brian like, this is just bullshit, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, this is fucking you're like, this is fucking bullshit. This should be a topic. I'm like, okay.
There's not a whole lot there, but yeah, sure.
But if we get a couple of these little guys together, this could be a good topic.
You snowball them.
Yeah. So let's do a couple of them. What's your Kyle Files? Like, this is Kyle Files number 1.
Fucking ukuleles.
Okay.
I don't get it.
What's your stance on ukuleles?
It's just so trendy, and I do not like them.
The trend is
It's like everyone can pick it up, okay, and everyone can sound like shit.
Well, yeah, because they're so small, they're not heavy.
No, yeah, but everyone can pick it up and play one and just sound like garbage.
Yeah,
you ruined my line. That's something I worked on when I was in the shower.
I might just go back and take a shower.
Yeah,
I'm bringing this podcast in the shower. Singing in the rain.
It's so trendy. It's like what is it? 2008 again? I see these come around like, oh, here's a clear polycarbonate ukulele. Oh, yeah, sounds like shit. Oh, this one has a really cool graphic. Still sounds like shit. It's just
this one's made of like koa, really nice wood. Still sounds like shit.
Yeah, koa. It's fine, like to play in like maybe the comfort of your own home.
Yeah,
but I don't want to see a video of you playing it. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to read on a forum you talking about it because it's just all bullshit.
Really high pitched, and like you're probably singing out of key, accompanying it. It's like we don't want to see it. I'm actually on your case now.
Wow.
Yeah, ukuleles are.
Oh my god! It's like
everybody who's like that folk motherfucker who thinks like I'm
gonna bring a ukulele into the band.
Yeah, I'm a multi instrumentalist.
Get a banjo. Get a real instrument.
Oh god, no! Fuck that shit. Like the people who are like multi instrumentalists. Like one, it's like you're not like mastering any of these. You fucking suck at a bunch of instruments, and you're bringing a bunch of shit to a show and having the sound guy or sound engineer. I guess we talked about that last time. Like trying to EQ and mic all your bullshit. Like he's like, I'm playing a mandolin this time. I'm playing a shaker this song. I'm playing a xylophone this song. I'm playing
a shitty ukulele.
And then like the sound engineer's like,
I get it. It does fit certain genres of music.
I've been drinking early tonight.
Get me started. No, it does fit certain genres of music, but it's like it can't fit all of them. So stop.
Yeah, people kind of cram them into anything.
It's just too much.
It's like the whole.
It's like you buy a whole pack of Oreos. You have first couple. You're like, those are good. You finish maybe a whole row,
a whole sleeve.
Like, maybe I should stop. And you finish another one. It just sound like I'm speaking from experience here. Okay, and then
I'm an expert. Like, people,
there's just way too much. I'm gonna kill myself with all these ukuleles.
I don't really get where you were going.
No, it's just like it's too much of a shitty thing.
Yeah, and like we could have just had none of it. We could have just been past. Like,
could have been like, yeah, cool. Keep that shit to like wedding bands. Don't play.
Like if you're having like a Hawaiian themed kind of thing, like if that's your band,
yeah,
cool.
Exactly.
Keep it to that. But if like when they bring it to like. It's always that folk like bullshit when they try and be like, have the stomping on the ground and claps and shit like that. Hey, oh, and everybody's like singing along. Yeah, no. And then they bring the ukulele. I'm like, you fucking shitting me? Like, and then they get the mandolin too, and then like have somebody with like like the hand cymbals. I'm like, God, you're jerking me right now. And then there's like 10 people on stage. You guys are all worthless. You guys are all.
I cut it down to 4 people.
Yeah,
maybe.
And then like
is your singer shit 3? Okay, 3 people.
You got 3 people on stage.
Someone else is singing tonight.
Just do an instrumental.
That was supposed to be a small rant.
That was a good rant.
Yeah.
What's your next one here?
Not clipping your strings.
Your guitar strings.
Yeah. So they're flopping around. Someone's gonna get a fucking string in the eye.
It's dangerous.
You know, I'm like the dad. I'm like the mom on stage. Like I'm in the crowd. I'm like, you better clip your strings. Someone's gonna go home with a bloody face.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Exactly. No, it just really looks unprofessional.
It looks unprofessional too.
Okay,
yeah.
I file that. Not clipping your strings. I don't know. Is there a word for that, or is it just like?
I don't know.
Anyways, not clipping your strings. I filed that in with flip flops and cargo shorts.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
And dreads.
Dreads are their own thing, but like flip flops on stage or barefoot, that's no shoes. We talked about it before, but fuck, that's a no go. But yeah, no.
But there's some big name acts that don't do it. Okay,
call them out.
I know one. It's Tom Morello from fucking Rage Against the Machine. And I'm raging against this machine. So stupid. So stupid.
You had that one in the chamber.
No, I didn't. I was like,
boom.
I think after 3 lights, you know,
I need 4.
I needed some lows.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting crossfaded. I had some ibuprofen earlier.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
shit.
I'm like, whoa.
Crossfade up in this bitch.
Yeah, so it just looks really stupid. It's like flopping around. You know, I've seen it in a couple different ways. You either have it coiled around and it like braided in on itself. Yeah. Okay. Or you have them like flopping everywhere, just like it's catching the light, you know.
Yeah.
And I got a short attention span. I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm following those shiny.
It's the shiny objects.
The shiny objects. Or and this is the way Tom Morello does it. He has the string coming off, and then it's like bent to the side, and they all come up, and then he has them all
through like
it's way more work to do that.
Like a 6 in line.
Yeah. And then they all sit there and they all flop around like a mohawk would.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, is it part of like? Does he like
intentionally trying
to get like feedback? I don't know what it would do. It probably doesn't do anything. It just looks stupid.
Yeah,
it did. You know what it does? It makes me mad.
That's all it does.
That's all it does.
I think I've done it before where I intentionally tried to like do it.
What?
Be like, oh yeah, this would be kind of cool, and then I'm like, this is dumb, and I cut it. I'm like, but you know, if you're at a show, and I haven't
seen it in a while.
Yeah,
but when I see it. I'll let you finish your. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could imagine.
Go ahead.
I could imagine if you're at a show and it happens and you just have to change a string real quick and you have to let it flop around. Yeah. Whatever.
Let me grab my nail clippers.
Yeah, but when people do it to like, they really do it like for the look of like, I just don't care.
Yeah,
I'm in a garage band. We're gonna look like we smell like shit. We do, and we're gonna pretend like we like just don't care about our gear, which we don't. And you know, I'm probably gonna play like. You know, all my pedals like on the ground, all like daisy chained
with rubber feet,
no pedal board, and then take forever to set up and smoke a blunt right before we get on stage, and then just leave all my crap there.
And not
not ever
either daisy chained or with 9 volts.
Yeah,
and like one of the 9 volts goes out,
and then you're just like, oh, and then we're all gonna share the same tuner. This is the type of thing. Yeah. And by the way, I'm just not gonna clip my strings. I may or may not have seen people like that.
We're all gonna use snark tuners and like tune with the volume all the way up.
Oh god, that's another thing. That's another thing.
That's another day.
But yeah, no, I could see that. I think like I said, I tried doing it once. Like I think I had it at like band rehearsal. I was like, this is kind of cool. I'll leave my thing because I'm like, maybe I don't care about how my guitar looks because I beat the shit out of my guitars. I'm like, but that's where I draw the line. I can't have the strings flopping. So I'm like, I'm gonna poke myself.
It's gotta be clean.
Yeah,
or I'm gonna get it like in the neck or something.
Yeah, just gonna go through your skin. You're like, oh, it's just
my lord,
it's just in there. It's not like it's just.
Well, have you ever got wire like into your skin before?
Yeah, I've done that with changing strings. I'm like, oh
god, it sucks.
Yeah, most of my strings are locking tuners, so it's like quick. Like I do very little wraps on it, so I just basically pull it as tight as I can, lock it in, clip it as short as I can, and it's really just like it's kind of tuning stability. Like besides having the Evertune.
Yeah.
But my other guitars that don't have Evertune, like it's kind of the way it is. I don't want to have excess string just flopping everywhere and excess string whines. Yeah. So I just gotten used to doing that. And then I'm like, oh yeah, just cut it. And I'm like, because who the fuck doesn't have a pair of clippers?
Yeah,
just do it.
I carry
one in our mic box, like our like all in all band thing, I always have clippers. So even if I change strings at a show, I would still clip it.
Yeah. I've had wire go into your skin and twist. Like it's not like a poke. Oh, a little bit of blood. It's like snap. Oh, let me pull it off, and it like hangs up on something inside your flesh, and that sucks. And then you gotta like twist it out like the same way it came in.
Oh, God, that's no good.
Fun. So
that's what could happen, kids.
I'm the stage mom.
Yeah. So we see that. We're not gonna say anything to you. We're just gonna judge.
Yeah,
sit there and judge.
Yeah, when I see it, this was I gonna say earlier. When I see it, you automatically get dropped down a couple pegs.
Or you're just hoping to like.
Yeah, I'm checking those boxes. You know,
I hope that
flip flops. Yep, cargo shorts. Yep. Your strings are flopping. Check.
It's like you're an inspector and you have your clipboard and you're like,
I'm from the board, Mr. Robertson.
I'm from the jerk board.
I represent the jerk board.
That's good.
All right,
that was a good like first.
We'll try that.
Well, the first
Kyle Files
edition 1.
Yeah, that's the name that stuck. So if you think of a better one, let us know.
I like that. No, I think that's what we're gonna do. You sent that to me. Like I think you had like a list of a bunch of different ones. I was like Kyle Files, and then I'm like, bingo, we have a winner. So, how about I got a couple more topics.
Actual topic.
I'm done with the Kyle Files. I got this one for you.
Okay.
So, thinking about your toaster in the morning, right?
Yeah.
You doing Pop-Tarts or you doing Eggos? Which is your toaster treat here?
I'd probably have to say Pop-Tarts.
You do Pop-Tarts?
Yeah. I mean, I've been known to go both ways, but Pop-Tarts.
So that's
are definitely my jam.
Is it because it's like Pop-Tarts are more of a grab and go?
Yeah, but like I think
you'd be more stoked if you had like you're waking up and like, okay, I have Pop-Tarts and I'm gonna have this for breakfast.
I may have both if you play your cards right. But yeah, I would say Pop-Tarts, and it's not all the Pop-Tarts because some of them are just like, whoa.
What are some shitty ones?
Like the watermelon one.
Oh God!
I don't.
They do like the crazy.
I think it had the watermelon colors, and that's why I didn't like it.
Oh, so it wasn't watermelon.
It wasn't watermelon flavored.
It just like the colors.
It was like the red and green.
As a kid, you're like, fuck that.
Yeah. But my jam is gonna have to be cinnamon brown sugar.
Okay.
So good.
And you toast.
Oh my God.
You put those in the toaster.
Yeah, but you gotta be real careful with Pop-Tarts
because they'll like
they turn to lava.
Or they turn to hockey pucks real quick.
Yeah, you can burn them.
If you have a shitty toaster, they'll go bad. They'll go bad.
But like you could like, oh, this was cooked perfectly. It has a little bit of browning on the edge, and then you bite it, and you're like, shit. Oh man, like it's like fluid on the inside.
Like you're burning, but you're also like, this tastes great.
Yeah,
you're like,
but that would have to be number one. Would be the brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
It's cool. Eggos, you can customize it.
It tastes so good.
Eggos, you can put butter on it. You could put whatever
syrup. Yeah. Put marmalade.
I mean, marmalade probably good on it, but you don't do the thing with marmalade. It's like a one trick pony.
I think we had like we were like going on tour and like
that's what I was getting at actually.
Going on tour. Hey, this is your story. You should tell it.
Yeah. So we had talked about what kind of food are we gonna have? Something that could be a grab and go thing. I'm like, okay, well, we could do peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, yeah, it'd be great. And I just grabbed like my go-to like toppings. It's going to be Skippy, okay, which you could go crunchier, you could go cream, whatever. And then I grabbed like Welch's like grape jelly.
Yeah.
Because it's in a squeeze tube. Fucking legit.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, shut up. You could have picked one. You could have grabbed whatever.
No, my go-to is like I just grabbed a bunch of bananas, and I'm like, I like peanut butter banana
and bananas. Okay,
peanut butter and banana sandwich, peanut butter and banana.
So then
toast.
you're not even in this game.
No, I can't even fuck with any jelly.
Yeah. Okay. So
all right, but you're the expert. Go for it.
So we're already out on the road. We're like probably 500, 600 miles away from home, but we're probably close to a grocery store.
Yeah.
All right, and someone in our little troop fucking starts bitching about how I didn't get marmalade. orange marmalade.
Who the fuck wants orange?
To have with peanut butter. It's like, oh yeah, let's have an orange marmalade and peanut butter jelly sandwich. Said no fucking asshole ever.
Except for that prick.
Except for that guy.
We kicked him out of the band. Don't worry about it. We can't be in a band with a freak like that.
It's like, yeah, nobody says, oh yeah, you and I will make a good pair like peanut butter and orange marmalade. Fuck that person if they ever say that.
I can see strawberry jelly is good.
Smuckers.
Yeah.
Like anything from Smuckers except for the marmalade.
Yeah, except for the marmalade. Do they have? They don't have Smuckers marmalade.
What constitutes a marmalade? It's just like the same thing, just like cooked sugar.
It has to be just citrus, I guess.
Yeah, but
citrus is a marmalade?
But it could be orange jelly.
Orange Julius.
Jelly. Orange Julius.
Yeah, so I can't, I don't, peanut butter banana is my go-to.
And bacon.
I'd rather have that. Like, I'm not, no, I wouldn't, but I'd rather have that than jelly.
You gotta have
Or
bacon.
peanut butter only. I do peanut butter on toast, just only.
That's fine.
But I was like,
you're not
skip
listening.
the jellies.
You're not listening to me. Bacon,
anyway,
Brian.
how do we get on that?
Because we went through Eggos, the magical portal of Eggos.
Yeah, I mean, Eggos, I'd probably go Pop-Tart. I'm boring, and I like the strawberry.
Strawberry's a good jam, though, but it's like too much like sweet, I think. I
think that's always a go-to. I had a buddy, Austin Train.
Yeah.
He's on the podcast.
Friend of the show.
A friend of the show. He had mentioned to me once, he's like, I think we were just like hanging out and like drinking beers. He's like, you know, that's fucking weird that some people put Pop-Tarts in the toaster? Because he eats them just like raw. Like,
I do that, totally but I know there's another realm.
And he's like, who does that? I'm like, a lot of people. That's what they
call them. Pop-Tarts.
Like that's what they
They're
were.
Not made of soda pop.
And he's like, his whole thing was like, it's like why? It's like just to eat them. And I'm like,
it's a different world though.
And I'm like, I can see your point. Like you got a point, but they're good out of the toaster. I think they're better out of the toaster.
They are better out of the toaster.
We're running off of this. This is my thing. I think every sandwich is better toasted. What isn't better?
I think that sometimes you lose some of that, like I like softer breads. Okay, sometimes you lose that. It dries them out, and you're like,
well, I guess what's your favorite like soft bread sandwich?
Name one.
Tuna sandwich. Better toast.
Better toasted. But tuna is pretty disgusting. So keep going.
Turkey sandwich.
Cold.
Oh, okay, really? I would toast
everything cold.
Toast that bitch.
Except for the cheese.
But you want hot cheese and cold everything else. What the?
Try and do that.
Okay. Even peanut butter and jelly, toast it.
Yeah, but
then it's like, but then it's gonna be drippy and stuff like that. But yeah, like
I get it.
Eat it quicker.
You're fortifying the bread accepted. when you. I get it. No, it's good. It's good toasted. But the thing is,
I'd say this is something that I've been thinking about for a while. So like, prove me wrong. I think every sandwich is better toasted.
Yeah.
So listeners, tell me that I'm wrong.
You can't have a cold cut combo and make it a hot cut combo.
It'd probably be damn good.
No.
I'd eat it.
No. See, the thing is like I think that you lose some of the quality of the bread when you toast it.
I guess.
Yeah.
It depends on what bread it is.
Because like sometimes the bread really works good when it's like
potato bread.
Yeah, exactly. When it's like
soft, yeah.
It's soft and it's cold still. It's not like hot. I mean, warm bread's great too. Don't get me wrong.
Do you put your bread in the freezer?
When it's like crunchy, sometimes
you put your bread in the fridge.
I don't put my bread anywhere except in my mouth.
Okay, so we're getting off topic. Yeah, so I go Pop-Tarts over Eggos, but I had another thing with Pop-Tarts versus Eggos.
Oh yeah, keep going.
I think we're derailing this thing.
Well, you were talking about sandwiches. And
I know. That's why I know I'm derailing it because I say, like I said, that's my stance. Every sandwich is better toasted. Who cares? I mean, I do care. So tell me I'm wrong. But with Pop-Tarts versus Eggos,
yeah,
if you're putting a little bit of vanilla ice cream on there, what you choosing? What's your bag?
Still Pop-Tarts.
Still doing Pop-Tarts. Yeah. That's not too much of a good thing?
No.
Ain't no such thing.
No. I've had strawberry Pop-Tarts with vanilla ice cream. Fucking ice cream sandwich.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, that's the jam.
It's so good.
But with Eggos, it's pretty damn good too.
Yeah, but the thing is like it's too floppy. It's going to be super messy, but it's going to be delicious.
You're like,
don't get me wrong.
Honestly, it's a two-player swing.
It's,
you're not going to lose either way. It's like you're going to be stoked with whatever result.
Of course.
I'd go Eggos. Because it's just like, it's too much too much going on.
No, you're not a dessert guy, so you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm the wrong person to say. So I guess this is where we.
But this is where we draw the goddamn line.
Yeah, this is where the podcast is over.
No, you telling me that like strawberry ice cream isn't good?
Oh,
that's what you're getting with that. Is like it's a warm filling.
That's the last thing of the Neapolitan that you eat.
No,
you eat vanilla and chocolate first. You just leave.
You let only leave strawberry witness the devastation.
Yeah.
Like, now you're next. You watched your friends die. Who hated you?
And then we're gonna leave you in the freezer to get freezer burn and throw you away. Because you suck.
You sound like a mafia dude. You throw you away.
Fucking so fast across your eyes. All right. Where else did we're gonna go anywhere else on that one?
I don't think so. I mean, there's different variations you could go. You could do ice cream and the s'mores one, but the s'mores one, that's not a breakfast one to me. That's like
only.
I got home from school today. I got out of sixth period, and I'm gonna have s'mores Pop-Tarts. That's not a breakfast one. If you've ever eaten it, that's a low. That's a low.
You ever eat like dessert for breakfast?
Yeah.
But you feel bad the whole day?
No. I feel like a fucking champ.
I cheated the system. Mom always said you got to eat your meal before you get your dessert. I don't fucking think so. I'm an adult now.
Well, you had dinner and then you waited 8 hours and then you had breakfast. Or then you had your dessert.
Or you had your dessert, went to bed, and then you have your dessert again.
Yeah, exactly.
Like birthday cake for breakfast.
Oh man, I mean, I've never gotten that. No. Wait, was it your own birthday and you found the cake before everyone else was up? It's like Christmas morning.
No, I've never done that.
You're like, oh, nobody's looking.
And then you just like,
you fill the wedge. You fill it with frosting.
Yeah.
Just like the rest was just.
It looks like bullshit. And your mom knows that you're like you walk around, you have chocolate on your shirt, like, what happened? What happened? Is my cake all gone? Fuck, it's the worst birthday ever. This is the worst 30th birthday ever. Mom!
All right, we got another topic, right?
Let's get back in some real gear.
How much is that we got to clip out?
I don't know. It's going to clip all of it. Here's some real gear topic. Or I guess not necessarily gear. It's a guitar, musician topic.
Yeah.
This was provided to us by, you were name dropping him all day, but Johnny Ray. He sent this to us, and I think it's a damn good topic. We're going to talk about pre-show rituals. Do you have any, Kyle? Do you have anything that you like to get done maybe before a show or whatever? Like, think of we just had one. We got some coming up.
Yeah.
What are things you like to knock out?
I think there are things that you do, but not like, oh, it's a ritual. Like, oh, I'm like, this has to happen before. It's like, for me, I don't like to eat heavily. I don't like to have like a heavy fucking meal. All right. I like to eat light.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I like to have an energy drink. Maybe,
Yeah.
Not like, I don't know. There's certain ones you can't just get one.
Yeah,
get one. I like to only have beer.
Okay.
Before and maybe just one. Because I don't want to be. I've been super trashy before.
Those are the most fun shows.
I know they've been fun, but it's like when you want to actually.
It depends on the situation. If you're like everybody's fucked up and then you are too, then it's like a party. But if you're the only one fucked up,
so like no whiskey, nothing hard like that.
Yeah.
I'm not like
you can get out of control real quick.
Yeah, gotcha. But I've had some like the most funnest, most fun at shows. Like had like 2 whiskey shots or a whiskey shot before or something like
a cider drink.
Yeah,
a lager drink.
Yeah, both of them
singing songs that remind you of the good times.
Mm-hmm. Some of the better times. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like to stretch.
Yeah.
I like to stretch my legs and my fingers and forearms.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like to keep my hands warm. So sometimes it sucks I forget and I grab a cold drink and I can feel it. I just warmed up especially my right hand. Sometimes I have I I think it's part of being nervous.
Yeah.
Like I still get a little nervous. I don't get like terrified, but I'm just like running through songs in my head, and I have like a little bit of uneasy.
We usually keep to the warmer climates, but we've done winter tours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We went and played, and it was like what?
It was like
below 30. It was in the 20s.
It was like mid 20s.
Yeah.
Which isn't that cold.
It's cold for us, but because we're from cold. San Diego. People don't if you're gonna be like, you bunch
That's a Flagstaff, Arizona.
Yeah.
Huge shout out.
Yeah. You guys don't even know. I'm like, well, we don't, okay? We definitely did not plan it.
You're right.
You're right. We don't. But you had these like hand warmer things with these little packets or whatever that warmed your hands. And we were doing that and like we're just drinking Jaeger. Good choice, bad choice, all in the same thing. We're drinking Jaeger pregame. We're like the drunkest we ever been, and we played an all ages show. Austin Train, he was our merch guy. He was
the event coordinator for playing.
Yeah, apparently he was like the only sober one because he's like that show, and he drove us to the hotel. He's like, "How the fuck did you guys get so drunk? It's the only all ages show of the tour." Like, you guys got the drunk. Like, what the fuck? There's no alcohol here.
Because we went ham on the alcohol we had.
Yeah, we got a bunch of alcohol when we were in Vegas. And so we were just like, we were trying to keep warm. We're just like, it's survival, bro. Yeah, no.
Survival of the shittest.
Yeah. I hear ya. Do you have any others? I
had, no, that was it. And then water. Just like, I always grab water before get on stage.
Try and keep water on stage, too, right?
Because sometimes the beer doesn't do it.
Do you ever do like, well, here's mine. Okay, so I have a couple things. So always stretch. So I'm with you on that one. Mm-hmm. I do jump around a lot.
Yeah, you jump around.
So I stretch legs for sure. I stretch arms like back, and I'm like, I like get the fingers. I get the like wrists. I do everything, especially because I'm like, you don't want to be super tight when you are playing, because I'm like, if you stand around and play, like that's fucking boring.
Yeah.
And so I jump around and have fun, and like don't get too crazy, but I'm like, feel the music and have some fun. And then I do like grabbing an energy drink. That's my jam.
What's your go-to? I already know.
Monster Rehab.
Yeah,
that's the one. Any flavor, I'm good to go.
Especially that Roja.
They don't have those anymore. They don't have the green teas anymore.
Oh, really?
Monster Rehabs. So
just moving back to that jam, the original.
Yeah, Petition.
Arnie Palm.
They have the pink lemonade is actually pretty good too.
Not the raspberry one?
I'll drink it.
I like the raspberry.
I'll drink it in a bind. Don't worry. Peach tea. No.
No way.
I mean, I'll drink it. Don't get me wrong. I'll drink it.
But it tastes like hot shit.
Yeah. Or cold shit, depending on what.
Depending on which convenience store you got it at.
I do some vocal warm-ups. So I do like the... Or like...
It sounds like a mixture between a crow and a pigeon.
Yeah, I do those things, and like people are like, "What the fuck?" And then I drastically go different to like warm up my vocals, and then I start screaming and like really like grunty, like, and like really because I want to break up any shit in my. So it's probably, I mean, it's really bad for your vocal cords. But the way I sing too, I'm like, I want to get all that shit loose, and I'm like, I have a scratchy way of singing anyways, so I want that stuff loose, and I want to be able to do it and like not stress my voice before a show, but I do it. I kind of break up all the crap, and it's my own thing I like to do. Do that before a show. To me, another thing to loosen up my voice, a friend of ours, Justin Simmock, told me this once, and I don't know if it's stuck in my head. It's like it's been in my head for like 8 years. He said like your best bet is 2 drinks is great to loosen up your vocal cords. 2 drinks is your go-to. Anything past that,
you're like Fireball, right?
That's you're in not 2 drinks at once, but just think of like two drinks, no more than 2 drinks before a show. That's your go-to. Like, one, you're not going to be too fucked up to play, and also your vocal cords are kind of at the prime thing. And at that point, you're going to be too fucking loose if you're doing too much.
Yeah.
So that's always the cusp. But
you don't want to be too far gone.
Yeah, because you're going to fuck up. So that's always my thing. Is like 2 drinks, 2 beers or 2 shots, 2 cocktails, whatever it's going to be. 2 drinks. So that's kind of my go-to. I do like to. This is the ideal situation. I don't like to work and then play a show.
Oh, that's every time for me.
I mean, you have to do it, especially when we're playing local shows. You got to do what you got to do. I fucking hate it because you're like stressing. You feel like you're gonna forget something. You try and like pack the day before.
A smaller window of between
Yeah.
Getting home and then going to the venue.
Yeah. And you like, okay. But like for me, the last show that we just did, it happened to be on a day off that I had. Oh my God. It was like perfect storm. But it's not always like that. It's very rarely like that.
Yeah. Usually like a Friday.
And then you have to work, and then like you might have the next day off or whatever. But it was like, oh man, I was like perfect storm. I didn't have to work.
Which for me, that's more ideal.
Yeah, I didn't have to work the next day. I didn't have to work that day. I got to sleep in, so I had a full night's rest before the show. I got to like ease into my day. Have some
you had
coffee,
like a spa day, right? I heard.
And then I get to like put strings on that day. I didn't have to like put them on the night before and try and whatever and get them all. I got to do it that day. I got to pack all my stuff that day and make sure everything's packed up and everything's where it needs to be. And make sure to eat at the proper time because you don't want to like just try and cram something in like on your way to the gig, and then you're gonna be like on stage, like, it might come up a little bit, like, or you don't eat enough. That's another thing. You don't eat, and so you have no energy, and you're kind of wiry because you're like, oh, I'm full of just beer and energy drinks. Like that's bad too.
Yeah.
But if you eat something good, and like you're just normal food, whatever.
It's hard timing those things together too.
And that's where it's like it's for me. Pre-show deal is always like. If you don't, because it's like, seriously, if you don't eat right, like before a show, and just don't eat garbage. And that's like, if you're going to try and come from work, it's all like kind of like, well, they all work together. You're going to try and eat garbage before you go to the show. Like, oh, let me go to Burger King or something.
The biggest thing we didn't mention, I think, is to get there on time.
Yeah, and that's pre-show. Yeah, I guess that's the biggest one. So get there.
Doors say they're at 6, get there like 6 or 6:30. Get there. I mean, before then. Usually we get there like
no. If load in is at 6.
Oh, load. Yeah, okay.
Like doors open at 7. Load in's at 6.
You get there load in
a little bit before load in.
Yeah.
Do not get there after.
So you're not the fucking chump like running around
or trying to like just be like, oh, I didn't know. Like, and that way you can have everything set. You have everything placed in where you need to be, and then you're able to relax and catch the other bands. Because ideally, you did everything else before. You ate, you slept, you packed all your gear. You're all ready for the show.
Yeah, sometimes you can't.
So I think that's like for me pre-show rituals. I always like I stretch and I look like an asshole, but I'm like stretching really weird, and people are like, "Oh, you're really into it." I'm like, dude, I feel so much better if I stretch before a show because I'm like I hate standing around. Like I don't think I've ever played a show where I stood around because it's like it's boring. I want to have fun and I feel the music because I play music that I like. Yeah. So I want to dance around. I want to jump around, stuff like that. And it's like also like vocal like warm up. I have to do it, or else I'm like not gonna be able to. Like I'll break my voice on stage. Like I've never had it to where like I think I've played shows where I've gone a little too hard on stage.
Yeah.
And I lose my voice afterwards, but I've never not like warmed up. Like I think I would be in a way worse situation if I didn't do that. And then like, I've gone on our own word. We've gotten too drunk, like we said. Yeah. We once played a show at this like bar, and it's a really cool bar. We got paid. It was like kind of like the back area place, and it was like basically just like a patio party thing. We got paid. We got tons of fucking free beer, and there's tons of people there. They're all fucking wasted. We're wasted, and we're like, people are like, just like, oh yeah, like a punk band, whatever, We're just doing our shit, and everybody's going, having tons of fun.
Was this JT's Pub?
JT's Pub, and I remember your wife was like the sober one, and she's like, and we're talking shit to each other and bantering, like we're doing on a podcast, but on mics to each other and talking shit to each other. And then the crowd thought that was funny. And then they thought like, our songs are good and stuff like that. But your wife was like, God, you guys are just drunk assholes on stage. I'm like, yeah, but it fit the vibe, I guess. That's me maybe trying to make up for myself. And she's like, God, what the fuck? I'm like, did we play bad? She's like, no, you played all right. But it's just like your banter was like, what the fuck? It just fit the vibe because she was the only sober one in that room. She's like, what the fuck? It was basically played for a bunch of drunk college kids.
Yeah.
It's like SDSU, they're all drunk kids, and they're all just like, we're here getting fucked up, like all like 20 somethings. And we're like, yeah, it's a party. There's a punk band here. We're all just fucking getting fucked up. And I'm like, that's exactly what it was. We did it. It was cool.
We did it.
And I don't think we've done that all too often.
Yeah.
Except,
try and be responsible.
Yeah, it depends on the show. It depends on the vibe. But yeah, I think that's pretty good for pre-show rituals.
Yeah, and a little more.
Yeah. Pre-life rituals. If you could plan your life around a show, that'd be good. But you can't always do that.
Yeah,
you kind of just gotta go fly by the seat of your pants. Just do what you gotta do and try and get to the show on time. That's the biggest thing. Get there on time and figure out the rest. I think.
Yeah,
that's the pin on that shit. So I think we're going to wrap it up. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I think we've covered some ground there.
Covered some good stuff. I think before we go, we want to mention our Facebook group. If you guys want to check it out, it's a lot of people are jumping onto it. It's a cool little group. If you like the feel of the show, you're going to like the feel of the group. It's kind of that whole same thing. So, if you like these vibes, you're going to like the vibes in the group.
And for the most part, everyone's pretty active in it,
People are,
kind of cool.
People are super chill. People are cool. And if you guys like what you hear and you want to help support the show, you guys can do so at patreon.com/thetonejerks. You can become a patron of the show for as little as $1 a month, and at $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week at $2. So not too bad. But we wanted to give a shout out to a couple of the people who have been Patreon supporters. We have Co and Paul from the Flip and Flippers podcast. Woo! Check out their podcast. They released theirs on Tuesday. So as you're listening to this, check out their show. We have Mr. Johnny Ray. He's been actually a big support of this episode. We've talked about him a bunch. He's helped us out with topics. So shout out to Johnny Ray, Johnny Two Guns. And we have RJ Smith from Teletalks. He's got the YouTube channel, Teletalks. He's got episodes out coming weekly, I think. He's got the Instagram, so check him out. And then we have Fat Foot Effects. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming down with Fat Foot Effects. I just want to say that. Check them out on Instagram. And I think that's about it.
Yeah, keep your eyes open.
Yeah, got some cool stuff. Check out, we're on Instagram too. So, doing cool shit everywhere. So we're all on the social medias. Check us all out.
Instagram, and the group is free.
Yeah.
So
those are all free.
Join.
Yeah. There you go. That's a good one.
They're free while they last, I guess.
Yeah, free while they
last. Limited time offer on those guys.
But yeah, thank you guys. I think we're, got a jet plane flying over here, so we're going to leave you right about now. We love you. Bye.
Bye.